us to this weekend, the culmination of what has been a fantastic season. The grand final of Super Rugby Pacific 2025 will be contested between the Crusaders, hosting in Christchurch, the Chiefs. Top two teams on the ladder at the end of the regular season. Are you happy with what we've ended up in terms of the teams vying for the title in the last game of the season?
Yeah, amongst all of the jeopardy and all of the uncertainty of the season, these two teams have been consistent. They have been consistently good. They've been consistently delivering the style and intent of the game that we want to see. And they've got world-class players littered through their starting 15s, and they've delivered that every time they've taken the field. I think it's been no surprise that those two teams have found themselves playing against each other. It's
probably what could have been for the Brumbies. You know, the referee sees the knock-on with the Crusaders. The Brumbies finished 2. You'd probably think the Brumbies would have got to a final if they'd hosted a playoff final, then a semi-final. But Crusaders been outstanding. Love the way James O'Connor's added that spice when he comes off the bench. And the Chiefs, I reckon the Chiefs have got better momentum, even though they lost the game 2 weeks ago against the Blues. I reckon they've got better momentum coming into the final.
What about the Chiefs there? This is their third straight appearance in a Super Rugby Pacific final. You mentioned the Brumbies briefly there, Tim. They are not able to get over the hurdle of a semi-final yet. It doesn't feel like the Chiefs are able to get past that last challenge of a final. Is it third time lucky this year?
Well, you'd think you would have learned from the last couple. What went wrong? Was it the lead-up? Was it prior to that? And I think when you look at, you know, the experience of Damian McKenzie now and how he can handle those pressure situations, and that's probably a challenge for Damian McKenzie. How does he play in a final? Does he change his game because he's a bit more nervous in a final, or does he go out and play like he did against the Brumbies last week?
Well, to win a finals campaign, you need every other player around you to be doing their job to the best of their capacity. I think the last two finals that the Chiefs have exposed themselves to, they've had deficiency. First time scrum lineup wasn't so good back. Next final, back three weren't linking very well with Damian McKenzie. Still wasn't sure whether he was a 15 or a 10. Now he's very comfortable in the 10 position. The team are very comfortable with him. The forward pack are very comfortable with the way that they're getting the ball to him. You've got to lose 2 to win 1. Brumbies lost 2, won 1, not consecutive, but that's how it rolls apparently.
That's the old saying, you'll lose 2 to win 1.
That's right.
At least from now on. What about a turnaround from the Crusaders, given their season last year, 2024, and keeping in mind they'd won 7 straight titles before last year, Rob Penny's first in charge. They missed the finals completely. Now they find themselves hosting the big one.
It's been a big turnaround. Yes, they missed a few players last year. Will Jordan didn't play much footy last year, so that was a big loss. But I just think as the coach for Rob Penny, congratulations to Rob Penny and his coaching staff to be able to turn the season around from last year. He was hammered by the media and people around Christchurch. You talk to the people around Canterbury and Christchurch, they couldn't believe what happened because they were so used to winning. To be able to turn that round, and you haven't heard much from Rob Penny as a coach throughout the season. He's just kept his feet on the ground and wanted to make this final.
And of course, there is a little bit of Aussie influence in this game. Probably most notably, Goog, in James O'Connor, who will play off the bench for the Crusaders. Talk about the Crusaders and their story. This was quite a wonderful story. O'Connor going across the ditch. He's very late in his career, and he's really made a fist of it over there.
Well, it's a real testament to James O'Connor and the sport of rugby union, providing opportunities for diversity of geography and environment, and to be able to offer that sort of IP to a New Zealand environment, and for James O'Connor to clearly onboard what it is to be a different type of player now, 22, coming on to the field, not necessarily being the focus of anything up until when he comes on and wins a game like that for the kick. Very different, much more mature James O'Connor that the game has provided him opportunity, and he's made some sacrifices to do that. It's a great story.
It's funny how he's grown the last 3 or 4 years. Since he came back, you know, James O'Connor 2.0 to go to the Queensland Reds. He was very nervous to go to the Crusaders. Got out of his comfort zone, going to a really high-performance environment.
I think he's about 4.0.
Yeah. But we spoke
London
about
Irish and France and down to Rebel.
But he's added value wherever he's gone. And we spoke about at the start of the show, he'd be really disappointed about missing this Wallaby squad. I know it's only a squad for Fiji at the moment. Hopefully he'll be thinking, can I perform on the weekend in a final to show Joe Schmidt I deserve to be in the Lions Wallaby squad?
Yeah, well, no better opportunity than in a Super Rugby Pacific final. Also, Aidan Ross, who'll come off the bench for the Chiefs. He's Wallabies eligible, joining the Queensland Reds later this year, signed a deal months ago. And it's an all-Aussie officiating team, so there's little Aussie influence on this match on Saturday afternoon, Australian Eastern Standard Time. All right, time for tips or predictions, whichever way you want to look at it. Goog, how do you see Saturday's final going?
Chiefs by 8.
Chiefs by 8.
Yeah, I'm going the Chiefs by 3. I think Dane McKenzie showed last week that they can play finals footy. What, he kicked 4 or 5 penalty
6
goals?
from 6 penalty goals.
6 from 6, yeah. So I think they've got a mindset, the Chiefs now, but they have to get over this hoodoo. Was it 31?
31-0. The
31
Crusaders have won finals
Yep.
matches at home.
Yep.
And you think it ends this weekend?
I think it ends.
Well, I
Yep.
didn't know we had to give reasoning. Chiefs are going to
that's
win it
fine.
because the power game that they've got, married with Mackenzie's versatility, I think they've got the complete...
Quick hands.
That was Timmy Warner's quick hands.
That's it.
I liked you Chiefs by 8.
Get
Just
up on the
stick with it.
soapbox, yeah.
Well done previewing what will be a massive match on Saturday
wait.
afternoon. Be able to catch all of it not exclusive, it'll be on 9 and Stan Sport, be able to catch every single moment of it on your home of Rugby Stan Sport. Justin Harrison, great having you on Rugby